a while ago, but oh well, I'll start that now.
It's official now. Everyone's caught up.
So do you just travel straight to the straight, and just dive in the water by the time you get there?
Sure, why not?
Well, you do notice that there are all types of critters around here, assumedly because it's the only reliable water source in the whole area, even though it's salt water. The beggars can't be choosers, I guess. There are fish in the water, and there are also, oh, these don't have a description. Oh wait, they do have a description on them. This would be something that Alex Gator would know more about. But you can see something roughly your size crawling around on the bottom, and it's kind of like a teardrop shape. It's definitely not a fish because it's not swimming.
Um, like, how threatening does it look?
It
Or
doesn't
is it,
look
is it,
like it would bother you if you don't get close to it, at least, because you would assume it cannot swim that well, considering that it's just crawling on the bottom.
yeah, I mean, Graya will just hop in.
It is strangely cold for being ocean water, um, but it seems like most of the shit that's swimming around in it will just clear a path as soon as you dive in. Except for the animals that are along the outside, uh, standing on the land. Some of them, usually birds, but sometimes there's like lizards and stuff, they'll just come right up next to you and not give a shit, and then start trying to peck shit out of the water.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother the birds.
I believe those are just called fisher birds, aren't they?
I mean, that is probably a type of bird.
Yes, it is just called a fisher bird. Kingfisher. Since it's mostly just a, I keep using the word again, but it's mostly a straight path down the strait, and you can see pretty far in each direction. You do notice what seems to be a knoll uh, just wandering down the waterway. And Abner, how exactly were you searching for this house besides just going down the path?
Um, if we're looking
Notably, did
for
you walk 20 miles to get here, or did you perhaps buy a horse or something? Rent, probably. I
probably,
doubt you can afford a horse.
yeah, probably would have seen if the mayor would provide me a horse, considering I'm assisting him. Um, if not, yeah, rent a horse. 20 miles is kind of a long way to walk.
Yes, it is.
So kind of just slow trot down the pathway or the side and see if anything looks man-made.
You know what? I will say you can rent a horse for the day for the same price as a skilled hireling, which is 5 silver per day. If you have that much.
I have. Hold on, where is that? Currently sitting on 2 gold. So, yeah, should be doable. I'll take my rented horse down the side of the strait. Just see if anything looks unnatural, since habitation would probably have smoke or brush being cleared, maybe litter.
I feel like that would be a recall knowledge, but also just using your fucking eyeballs. So I guess if you have any skill that's higher than your perception you'd like to use, you could also justify it.
Higher than perception. I have a trained in settlement lore. I don't know if that.
Whenever you got it, did it just say settlement, or did it want you to pick one specifically?
The builder I use just auto set it to settlement. I don't know if that's because of the background or if it's just because that's what it defaulted to. Regardless, I suppose that works for his backstory anyways.
A lore skill for the settlement that employed you. So you need it to be a specific town.
Yeah, that would be not this town. Well, I mean, no. If we're going originally, that would not be this town.
What did you think the person hired you was like? Because if it's like a big thing, it would probably have to be from a big city. In which case, I only have 2 of those right now. So if you don't want it to be a casino island or a research town, you can always just bank it for later and do it retroactively.
I figured it would just be the settlement that he originally came from, which was not on this continent. But that kind of makes it a useless skill, so. Yeah, I'll just bank it for now.
We'll determine what that is later. I think without that, your best is actually just doing perception then.
Okay.
Which you actually roll on the side of the sheet there, because it's its own thing.
Okay. Not great at that.
Well, good news. It's supposed to be hidden, so I didn't see that one.
Oh, okay.
So go down to blind GM roll at the bottom, and then do it again.
Okay, it's not showing it to me now either.
Good. Well, down the path, you don't happen to see anything that would resemble civilization except for a dirt road that has kind of just been beaten into the grass, or not even grass, into the sand, just from people traveling up and down here constantly. The general area here is covered in a lot of plants, but it's usually succulents. Maybe there's a little bit of grass every now and then, and maybe like I want to say a cork tree. I don't know if those are desert growing trees though. Maybe some mesquite. I think mesquite is a tree. There you go.
It's like a shrubbery.
But this general path is greenish, and none of the greenery seems to have been touched to make a house around here.
Okay.
Raya, are you going to be disturbed by somebody actually coming down this path while you're taking a bath?
I mean, he's the one seeing me naked.
That's true, Abner. You do also see a monkey woman in the river, presumably with all your stuff sitting on the shore, correct?
Yeah.
It would definitely be a kind of lower the hat sort of scenario.
Pretend you're not looking.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
What a gentleman. She basically just gives him a look. It's just like, yeah, I see you. You see me.
He probably approach just because he is supposed to be finding someone around here, but he would definitely be keeping his gaze averted.
Yeah, she's just like standing up out of the water, waist deep. What are you looking at, Lao Wai?
Pardon me, madam, excuse the interruption, but I was told there was possibly some bandits around here and was wondering if you were either A, them, or B, knew of them.
Oh, not again. Come on, I'm doing the thing.
To which thing you are referring, I am unsure, but
The stupid sheriff in that town, after he kidnapped me, said if I go and kill some coyotes and come back, then he'll waive the charges or whatever.
perchance the mayor with the large hat.
I don't think you guys ever met the mayor.
Oh, okay.
So they would not know of a mayor in a large hat.
Okay. Yeah. Question still stands.
No, the sheriff is kind of this skinny guy.
Let's see. So I take it you are not a bandit then.
Look, I'm not whatever bandit that you're looking for. I'm just trying to get clean.
Understandable. Then are you aware of any bandits in this area?
Yeah, including the jerks that set me up.
Perhaps any along this strait? Water?
Graya looks around like, has there been anybody?
Not for the entire day until you've seen him. Also, note you did not see any buildings along the way.
You're the first person I've seen all day.
I see. Well, thank you for your time. Apologies for the interruption. And he'll keep moving.
So, hey, these bandits, what do they look like?
I am unsure. All I know is they have taken up residence in a house somewhere along this strait. One has apparently stolen from a camp and has made his way here.
Of note specifically, he rented a horse and didn't return it.
Oh no.
Still theft in my book.
I mean, granted, that is a crime punishable by hanging in like the Old West.
Yes, he has pilfered a horse, and I have been sent to retrieve either him, the horse, or something in which to compensate the owner for the horse.
Aha.
Preferably all three.
By yourself?
The town from which I was dispatched seems to be having issues with their employment.
Yeah, that seems to be going around.
Yes, unfortunately,
So-
I'm currently solo.
So I guess I kind of got this gang. Not like a gang, but like a gang. I don't know what the word is.
A group, perhaps?
No, you know the people. They go out and they catch the guys.
Posse?
That's it. That's the word. We're kind of this posse, and we're trying to find this ogre who's a total jerk, by the way.
I have not met any ogres. I could not specify on their personality. But a group of people might be sufficient for spreading out and finding these people.
Well, they're back in town. See, I got kind of dirty when we were going and beating up the coyotes. We still got to go back and tell that sheriff that we did it. There's too much stuff going on.
Well, I can continue searching, I suppose, and I'm assuming we are coming from the same town.
Do you have like an idea of like this? Is it the same town, Dub?
He would have came from Snakebite Bluff. I think I called it, yes.
Huh. Well, we're going the same way anyway, so let me get dressed. And she just wades out onto the shore.
At which point he will turn his back completely.
She just like rubs herself down with her clothes until her fur is standing up and then puts on her pants.
Do let me know when you are decent, madam. By the way, do you have a name?
Huh? Oh, I'm Graya.
Pleasure. Abner Fairchild.
That's a weird name.
I suppose.
Yeah, no wonder the people around here don't trust us. There's all kinds of animal folk.
Thus far, I believe only seen you and I, but they do tend to catch their fair amount of flack.
Yeah, tell me about it. I just got off the boat and some guy decided he was going to hire me for a circus. I needed the money, so then I found out that he was actually working for some kind of demon.
That is quite a colorful chain of events.
Oh, and then that ogre, this gang of just total assholes. They decided they were going to rob a caravan and make me help.
That is unfortunate. I'm glad to see you have survived mostly unscathed.
I mean, Graya slaps Abner on the shoulder once she's dressed. All right, so which way did you come from?
I'll point in the direction that I came from.
Well, I came from that direction, so that really only leaves this way.
I suppose then that is the direction we will need to head. And he will set off briskly.
Okay, I got a question for you. How do you spell periphery?
Periphery, I think.
That's how I had it, but it looked wrong.
I just noticed that all you guys are using the same border for your icons, and I'm not.
It's because I made them all. Yours is usually used for things that are large-sized.
Oh, one thing you might notice when you whack him on the shoulder is he kind of smells of smoke, like wood smoke. And that does not diminish.
He smells like wood smoke.
Yep.
So Graya has literally the scent ability, so she can probably identify people by their smells. So she sniffs you.
Hello, can I help you, madam?
You come from a forest fire?
No. I have... this particular aroma has clung to me for many years.
Huh. You know, you could take a bath too.
It does not abate with the bath. It's a long story involving a burning house and a few other things.
Okay. She lifts her arm and sniffs under her pit just to make sure it's not her.
He will avert his gaze at that. Let us set off, I suppose, to hunting.
Yeah, I mean, we can find your guys and then maybe go back to my guys.
Sounds good.
So Graya is like 6'5" standing up, but she's like wiry monkey muscle. And she locomotes by going down like partially on her hands and knuckles. And she's very clippy. It's too bad there aren't trees, or else she'd be jumping from them. I'm sure she tried that like once. That, and she probably tried eating one. And cacti are edible, but they also cause you to trip balls.
Um, okay, so that could take a couple of different forms. Mr. Gator would prefer to look at records, but realistically, I don't think there's like a library or any really form of record keeping in this town that isn't also with the town leadership. Yeah, so he would ask to see if he could get permission to that. Kind of doubt he would get it, but I mean, he would still ask. And then failing that, he would start asking around, uh, like the poor people that we had been dealing with. Um, Specifically, like family, spouse, perhaps. You would. It was like a wedding signet ring, right? Golden garnet ring, beloved Reese. Yeah. So yeah, he would be looking for a spouse. Maybe even looking for like any sort of posters. Like kind of like the missing poster for the dwarf necromancer lady.
$16, and what do you get?
But yeah, he would do that. So perhaps, would you happen to have any rations? Jerky, please.
How much it is, but I'm sure if you go to add it on your sheet, you can find out.
Looks like it's 4 silver pieces. I have like 7 charges of it, and it says price 4. So
It's 4 per one.
yep. Okay. So let's get a couple more of that. Just a couple days more.
Yeah, you need anything to wash it down with? Won't find much water around here this time of year.
I think I'm good on that front. Thank you. I had another question. Do you happen to have any missing persons posters or other information about the current affairs?
Folks go missing around here all the time.
Oh, anyone recently then?
Mm, maybe I could be persuaded to part with some information, if you know what I mean.
Perhaps. How would you like to be persuaded, sir?
Well, we don't get much real money going through here. It'd be nice to have something to, and then he'll lean in close, get away with, if you know what I mean.
Hmm. I see.
He really doesn't. See?
Okay, so trying to think how I want to go about this. Is there like a haggle option or a negotiate?
I was gonna say there is a sense motive, but it's tied into perception in this.
Should I do that then to kind of?
You can use, I think, haggle lore or something like bargaining lore, something like that. You can use a diplomacy check, I
Yeah,
think.
I think I should start with sense motive then.
That may also just be literally a perception.
Yeah, it says secret perception check versus deception.
You can definitely tell he's trying to get a bribe out of you, but you don't know why exactly he would want to do that.
If it's a company store, if it's a company town, he's probably under contract, and he would have to buy his contract out.
Just to make sure, does any of your investigator stuff apply to talking to people? Like, can you devise a stratagem to talk to somebody? I doubt it, but
Devise a stratagem is an encounter action.
Pursue a lead.
Yeah, the pursue a lead is probably more relevant. Yeah, so whenever you attempt perception or skill check to investigate a designated subject, you gain +1 circumstance bonus to the check.
you did pursue a lead on doing this, so you would have got a +1. Because you did do a perception check.
Yeah, so it's basically any non-physical skill check it could apply. So anything that uses intelligence, wisdom, or charisma as its base. Does that change anything, or?
It did not, know.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll put a gold piece on the counter. I'll just subtract that from my sheet. I guess I should subtract 1 gold and 2 silver and then add 3 rations.
Something like that.
Did that not remove?
Oh, yeah, they might be calculating. There's a box that you have to check, and it'll automatically like.
Oh, I just had to reload the sheet. Now it's gone.
Oh,
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that was weird.
He will take the money and put it behind the counter, and then say, it's not gonna be that easy with everybody off work in the mines, but why don't you check out fourth house on the left side of the street. The kids like to keep it as a secret base, but it's been empty for quite some time now.
I see.
And if you get caught, don't go blabbing and say it was me. Say you got it from the kids. People will understand.
Of course. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go check it out. So Mr. Gator goes striding down the street, his cane tucked under his arm.
Are you spinning it as you walk?
No, he's not that pompous.
Dapper. Dapper? You're a dapper boy.
He has no hair, so he can't be a Dapper Dan, man.
Can get you a wig.
Oh God, I was just about to say, would he have a powdered wig if he's in court?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we could, but that's really more of like a British tradition for judges to do than an American one.
The Old
So-
West is just dirtier British.
Well, I mean, you know, that makes me wonder: did Australian judges have powdered wigs too?
You know, probably.
Canadian judges?
I know nothing about like the legal system. Why am I playing a lawyer? I work at the
Anyway.
courts.
Yeah. For now, he doesn't have a wig because that doesn't really help him any. So it looks weird on a gator.
You just need to get a hat of disguise to transform yourself into a gator with a wig.
Oh god! Just see hairs sprout out of it.
It's exactly me, but if I had hair. It's the perfect
What a
disguise.
convincing disguise!
How are you gonna get into this building? Because everyone is still sitting on their porch, not meddling, but doing the thing where the neighbors creep on each other.
Well, he's gonna circle it to see if there's any points of ingress or egress. Some that might be more discreet than others. Is there a back door? Some windows? A hole somewhere besides the front door that's facing the street?
There's a chimney. All the windows are on the front of the house.
I want to see the crocodile get down the chimney.
I think that'd be even less discreet than just walking through the front door. Let's see. What would be a distraction? Because it seems like either stealth or deception, maybe?
You are looking for create a diversion. You may not have it because it's a stealth skill. Oh no, it's on there. Create a diversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be trained for it. That's just the thing everyone can do, right? Because some skills you can only do well if you're trained in the skill. And others, you don't have to be trained. You can do it.
Let's see. Yeah, it's not a great roll, but I could do it. Then again, there's also like I can't really think of much reason why I would need to be discreet about entering the building per se. Just yet.
Worth noting, this
Yeah.
one is not secret like hiding and sneaking is. So you will be able to see the result of your own roll.
Hmm. Failure. You don't divert the attention of any creatures whose difficulty class exceeds your result, and they're aware you tried to trick them. Hmm.
This is basically like what hide in plain sight used to be, and then they ruined in 5e by making it take like 10 minutes. This is basically that, and that's now tied to charisma. You basically go, holy shit, what's that? And they look in the other direction, and then you sneak away.
Yeah.
Or I guess you can just hit them without sneaking away, and then they're flat-footed.
Yeah, I can't really think of like much reason to create a scene like that. I'll just quietly go in.
Random townsfolk will remember this.
Pay
Oh,
no
no.
attention to the gator in the suit.
I already stick out like a sore thumb anyways, it doesn't matter.
Well, once you go inside, you would notice the place has basically been ransacked. You would assume that everyone else knew that he has left already, and then took all of his shit to put in their own house.
Yeah. Let's search the place. Gonna be looking for anything that remotely remains. Anything that might be hidden, like a door or like a loose floorboard or something like that.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
you notice that most of the furniture is gone. However, nobody has bothered to, remove any of the fixtures, so like the stove and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Basically anything that would be attached to the floor or under the house.
Maybe I'll get lucky and something didn't get fully burned in the stove.
I guess it would specifically be like a range, and obviously the fireplace. Can't really take a fireplace out of a building. And I'm not sure what else there would be that would still be a fixture. They probably have an outhouse outside. I suppose nobody would have taken the chamber pot if they had one of those, because why would you?
Okay. Should I do like a search?
Yeah, that'll work. And then seek, I think, is just perception and hidden, and you choose the direction you want to look. Which 15-foot burst would probably cover most of the house.
Okay. So blind perception check.
Well, you do notice that somebody has been burning shit in here. And you were told that the kids use this as a secret base. So you would assume they're getting into all sorts of trouble whenever they're in this place. But you do notice what looks to be the remnants of some paper that has been burnt in the fireplace. It's only like a corner of stationery, though.
I'll take a look. Let's read it.
Well, there'd be nothing on it because it's just the corner.
Sadness. Not even like a single word.
Let's say it's the top right piece of the paper, and as you know, you write everything aligned to the left. So
Yeah, it's not like any kind of like fancy paper or anything.
it is parchment and not like trash pulp paper.
Parchment. Okay. I wonder then, are the kids stealing from the library? Where would I be able to think about where parchment would be used under normal circumstances? Like in the library, for example, or maybe like the records of the company store, perhaps.
Well, they'd certainly be used for formal things in general. So you can tell it's not from just any old person. Technically, I guess it could have been from uh, the rich man's house. Yes. And it maybe could have been a correspondence from the company store to the rich man as well. Yes.
Okay. Maybe I can ask one of these kids to give me more info, perhaps. Are there any around outside?
They would still be around throwing the ball around. Yes.
All right. Let's see. Um, try to think. Let's go up to the one that looks most talkative. The one that
That
can't
would,
shut up while they're playing.
Yeah, that would be the one that does not run away whenever somebody approaches.
All right, well, that was easy.
How do you address them?
That's a good question. I will say, he'll just ask, he'll be like, "Excuse me." I'm trying to think what I would even ask them.
Whoa, mister, your face is really long. Mommy says when you have a long face, it means you're really sad.
That's very true, more often than I'd care to admit. Is your mother here?
No, Daddy said that she left and then hasn't come back yet.
Hmm. Is your daddy here then?
Yeah, he's with the funny man in the bird mask. They're trying to make Mama feel better.
Is that so? Um. Hmm. Do you know where they are? Like right now, I mean.
Yeah, they're at my house, and she'll point over like across the street and one house down.
Okay. Thank you. I'd like to speak with my friend. Or my acquaintance, rather. And he's going to go over there and look for our resident plague doctor.
And that'd be really convenient. But what I can do in the meantime is Garmarum, you wanted to go around and ask if somebody has a wash tub.
I do.
How are you going to go about doing that?
I guess I should perform a society check because I have no clue how anything works in this shithole. How do fellow mortals wash their clothes? This outfit is very expensive.
Well, you mean mortals don't go to the local wizard and have them use prestidigitation on them? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think because of his entire deal, he has to figure out how to clean his clothes. I'm gonna roll society because it's the only thing I think works. This pertains to like history and just regular ass societal knowledge. Yeah. He just knocks on the door.
Just knock on a random door.
Just the nearest door he could find.
You will have what appears to be a salt of the earth woman open the door and just stare at you.
Can I make an impression?
Sure.
Let's see. Is that exploration? Let's see. Good. Okay. 1 minute. Yeah, so I start talking with her. I tip my hat, make pleasantries. Whatever it is people do up here. I've watched them do that. I've watched them converse. I say what they normally say. Hello, we have weather. How are you today? My name is Garmarum. Call me Mr. Rum. I'm looking for a wash basin so I can remove wasp guts and coyote blood off my expensive suit.
Oh yeah, it certainly looks expensive, doesn't it? You're not from around here, are you?
Oh,
And you don't have anything to wash it yourself, do you?
people don't normally carry a wash basin with them, I believe.
Yeah, I suppose not. And what would you
Happily
like
pay to
me to
rent
do
one.
about it?
Do you have one?
She'll just roll her eyes and say, "Of course."
Might
Are
I
you
use
saying that
it?
you'd like to use it?
Yeah, might I please use it? I'll pay you for it. Surely it can't be more expensive than buying a whole new suit.
She will close the door briefly, and then you hear some fumbling behind it, where she had just closed it from. And then when the door opens back up, you will get a bucket thrust into your hands.
Just kind of hold it.
And then she will say, you go to the strait and get me some water, and then I'll let you use some of it for yourself. How about that?
This sounds fair. I will return with your water.
Of note, this is probably like a 10-minute walk there and back.
That doesn't seem to bother him. Well, I'm going to clean my suit. Probably walks in 5 minutes. Is it 10 minutes back to back, or like so 20 minutes, or like
Five
five?
total.
Okay, yeah.
Or-
5 minutes later, he's on the straight.
10 total, 5 both ways.
Yeah, I'm so sleepy. Forgive me. So does he know where the strait is? It was mentioned, right?
Yeah. You can probably see it from here because you're
Oh,
above
yeah.
it on a cliff. So
Right. I think it's pretty easy to get there. Here, I just go down. I
you
walk.
do notice Graya talking to somebody on a horse while you're doing this.
Kind of like, I guess I approach them. But like, I don't approach them to talk. I just go there because it seems like there's someone I know there. So that place might be safe.
So it's less awkward.
It's less awkward, yeah. Like, if I go to the spot where it's empty, and I'm by myself, it feels a little open, but there are people here, so this is where people congregate, maybe.
So
If I go over there, I just.
you're doing the
Hello, Graya.
equivalent of
And then I
walking into
fucking-
the bathroom and taking the stall right next to somebody.
Yeah,
taking
listen,
the urinal right next to somebody.
I'm still getting used to peeing. I don't know the etiquette for it. So, like, I grab the bucket, I fill it up. I think this is I think I've done it right. It's filled with water. Is there a specific kind of water she needs?
It's the only water around, so if there is, you're fucked.
Is there a fish in here in the bucket?
There's not, no.
Okay, cool. He
I
just
would think
stands there.
that whenever you dunk it in, they
contemplating.
would all swim away.
Yeah, this is him contemplating the water for a moment. Then he just nods at Graya again. He walks back.
Graya just kind of gives him a tilt of the head, like, what on earth?
Friend of yours?
I know him
Odd duck.
a little. I mean, he looks like he has it handled. But, she clearly observes him having a struggle filling a bucket of water from a
Yeah.
standing pool.
If he hears odd duck, he just says, "I'm actually a man."
Eyes narrow.
Actually, that brings up a good question. What does Garum smell like?
Oh, smell like?
Yes.
Usually, well, it's been a while since everyone's managed to bathe, I imagine here.
Well, yeah, everyone stinks, but
But like his natural scent, it's a little like sulfurous. Irony, not like the writing thing, but like iron or coppery, and like just natural regular dude smell. I don't know how to
Sure.
describe. Yeah,
Graya just kind of sits on her heels and is just like, "What are you doing?"
collecting water,
For
washing clothes.
The water's right there.
I know, but I require a wash basin.
She just kind of rolls her eyes like, "Oh, fancy pants."
That's what the vendor said when they sold me the suit. Delicates. Wash my hand.
Graya just kind of looks at Abner like, I didn't sign up for this. Well, okay. I'm gonna help my new friend here look for a house. Don't leave
Oh.
me, so when it's time to go back, come get me, okay?
Who's speaking? To whom? I got confused.
Graya is telling Garmarum to come get her when it's time to go back to the town to collect our reward.
Oh yeah, no, we cannot leave with you. The transaction will not be finished otherwise. I will just
Right.
be here, and we will meet again somewhere. I have found a house, he says. There's a woman who can offer a wash basin. He seems pleased with himself.
Okay. Well, you do that. We're gonna go find out if there are any criminals in this town, okay?
Did you say criminals?
Yes. This man is looking for someone who stole a horse.
Fantastic. If you need assistance, I will return shortly. I just need to return this. I shall return in approximately 10 minutes if you're still here. Or would you like to reconvene somewhere else?
No, just continue. We'll be on the beach area.
Very well. Now he tries to walk back with a bucket full of water and finds it's actually a bit more difficult because it keeps spilling out. So he has to like take even steps and actually balance shit. Probably gonna take longer than 10 minutes.
Well, you can get the water back. And in fact, whenever you get there, do you attempt to wash it yourself?
I need assistance.
She will basically just grab it out of your hand and then shoo you out the door with your shirt missing and tell you to come back later.
My coat and my pants.
Yes.
What's the thing? I'm just gonna stand outside, like kind of arms crossed in my like underclothes.
And then rough.
Can I wear them while this is happening? I don't know. It is pretty hot. I will, I guess, just walk with the clothes. I'll give her a silver for the transaction. That's how things go here, right? Transactional.
She'll just look at it and then look back up to you and shake her head and then close the door very loudly in front of you.
Like, wait, they do not use money here. Not real money. They use francs. Right. Thank you for your assistance. Just
You get
gonna
no
walk.
response.
Well, that was rude. He just goes back to the straight. But when he gets there, he's just got his clothes kind of draped over both arms. Like his forearms.
And now we can go to Atticus and Alex, I guess.
I am here, I think.
Atticus, how were you planning on treating this person again?
Oh, is it the same sick old lady?
It's the same one, yeah.
Bibbity bop. What did I discover last time? I'm trying to remember.
Head injury, and it is contagious somehow.
Contagious head injury. Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah. And then I think we had the suspicion that it was related to the wasps, perhaps.
Ah, yes. Uh, I guess my best bet would be to take a very, very, very good look at her brain hole injury. Really get in there. I tried anti-plague. I tried minor healing. It didn't really do anything. I don't think I got much in the way of other things I could manufacture. Antidote didn't really do the trick.
There's a... I don't see it on your sheet, but I'm pretty sure there's a treat disease that's pretty much the same as treat poison, where you give them a bonus on their next check.
Would that be under actions or something?
It should be, but I don't see it on there, so let me check.
Yeah, I
Let's
see like
see.
administer first aid and treat poison.
First aid is for stabilizing them or reducing bleeding. I'm pretty sure there's one specific... Here it is, treat disease. It's not on your list, though, but it's the exact same as treat poison, but it takes 8 hours.
Guess I may as well.
Attempt a medicine check against the disease's DC. If you attempt to treat disease for a creature, you can't try again until that creature's next save. But for you, you can use crafting instead of medicine because it's higher, and because you're an alchemist.
Alright. Let's do it. No circumstance bonuses or anything?
Is there a way I could help?
The bonuses would be on them making the save because you already gave them the anti-plague.
Yes.
And if Alex wants to help you, first he needs the medicine skill. Okay, you have that.
I do have that.
And then you have to roll a flat d20. And then if you get a 20, he gets a +1 or something. It's called the aid action. It's a reaction.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so you'll give him a 1 on a normal, and you'll give him a +2 on a crit.
Okay.
In
So
this case, I guess it would be a medicine, and your DC is 20.
Okay. I also have the healing plaster cantrip, which basically allows me to act as if I'm doing, as if I have a healer's kit without needing a healer's kit.
Yeah, he already has a healer's kit, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So is that a secret roll?
No, it's not. Okay, Atticus, you get no bonus.
Sadness.
It was close.
Okay. Let's give that a +1 circumstance bonus. Right?
No bonus. He didn't get a 20.
Okay. So just normal roll.
Yep.
Wow. We did it. Ready?
As a reminder, everybody always gets a hero point at the beginning of every session. And in fact, Alex, I will give you one more for breaking and entering. Specifically finding the paper scrap. I'll give you one
I
hero
am
point
going
for
to
that.
spend my hero point
okay.
to do that.
And Abner, I gave you an extra one because you didn't spend the guarantee thing, which nobody ended up doing.
Alrighty.
Wow. That's... I'm afraid this lady is going to die.
Your efforts cause the creature to take a -2 circumstance bonus on its next save against the disease.
Lord,
It was critical.
So that
I am
means
just getting her killed.
The anti-plague that you gave her was effectively cancelled out.
Cool. Great.
And I already rolled the thing in advance.
Oh, treat poison is in, or treat disease is in the downtime tab. Okay.
I didn't even see it whenever I looked there.
Yeah, I was like trying to add it, and I'm like, why isn't it here? It's in downtime.
Yeah, even when I'm looking, I only see treat wounds and not treat disease. Is it advanced or something? You have to have...
I had to add it manually, like with the little magnifying glass.
That's weird. Oh, it was on there already. I'm dumb. I was looking at exploration, not downtime. So good news, they didn't die.
Oh.
Perhaps still good news, they're still unconscious and not reactive.
But they died.
They did not die.
Oh. Good. I just spent 8 hours making the situation slightly worse.
Nobody but you knows that, though. Shh. And maybe Alex, because he watched and has medical knowledge.
I know you're a fraud, huckster, snake oil salesman.
Well, Alex, is there anything else you'd like to discuss in the meantime?
Is that kid's dad here?
Yes, he's been by the bedside the entire time. Because his mother is unconscious from some type of disease he doesn't know about.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go ahead and ask. Do you know somebody named Reese?
Yeah, what about him?
My understanding is correct. He's been missing?
Yeah, it's been a while, too. He just up and left, leaving the rest of us here to rot.
How long ago was that?
It's just too far to even remember.
He was a minor?
Yeah, as we all are.
I see. Sounds like he wanted a different life.
Yeah, don't we all? Not all of us can just get up and leave, build another house somewhere.
He used to live in that house where the kids hang out now. Is that right?
He'll narrow his eyes a little bit, and then look at his daughter that's watching around the corner the whole time. Yeah, what about it?
Just seems strange. It seems like there should have been something to give an idea of where he might have gone. Or what he was doing.
He's been saving up. He's been saving up wood scraps for a long time. One of these days in the dead of night, he must have just hired a cart to take it all away. Should have seen his house. It was just full of fucking planks everywhere.
Wait, planks?
Yeah, all the wood that he bought.
Why would he buy like So you're saying he bought wood to build a house just somewhere else?
It's the last I heard he did, too.
Do you hear where he went?
You will hear from around the corner. The little girl says that fuck, what I call him earlier, Reese Park something, Parker. That Mr. Parker went to live on the straight. He said it was better than living here. And then the dad will just glare at her. And also tell her to stop going around spreading rumors. You don't want the wrong people to find out. Especially not Mr. Fresno.
I see. That's unfortunate. But thank you.
You're not gonna go bring him back here, are you?
Not as such.
He'll just sigh and put his entire face in both his hands. And then just kind of make an exasperated sigh. And he will tell you, if you find him, just make sure him and his wife are doing well, okay?
His wife mine too? Or is his wife a minor too?
Yes, we all are. Say, like,
She went missing as
defeated.
well?
Yeah, she went with him. Why wouldn't she?
Well, perhaps you could tell me, and I show him the ring.
Where'd you happen to get that ring from, boy?
Think about where I've been, and you will have your answer.
what, in the mines? He'll say, sarcastically, basically.
Alex lets out a very uncharacteristic toothy grin.
And who gave it to you? Are you telling me that Davis is hiding out in the mines somewhere this entire time?
Not as such. In fact, there is no one in the mine that is currently alive. He says, with his face going stone cold serious.
So he just gave you the ring and then skipped town? Is that what you're telling me?
I was not given this ring.
His eyes will turn for a second, and you will see him reach down to his side, and he will also tell, child name. Child. Where's child name? Annabelle. Of course, I should have known that one. He will, while looking at you the whole time, to say, Annabelle, I'm gonna go need you to get the town guard. And don't worry about anything that Daddy's gonna say from now on, alright? And then the kid will just run out the door.
Please understand, I have not killed anyone.
And yet here you are with a ring in your hand. From someone who didn't give it to you?
I want you to think. If I didn't kill anyone and I wasn't given the ring, and it was on the person who used to own it, what that means.
He'll look over to Atticus now and say, you've got one of your flunkies to do it then, did you?
No, none of us killed anyone.
Right. And that's only between you and a dead man, right?
To put it another way, how could this person have been in there alive when there were already a bunch of coyotes infesting the mine?
I don't know, he knows the place like his back of his hand, like we all do. He could have found some tunnel to hide in or something.
Sir, what's going on in that mine?
What do you think is going on in that mine? We're a company town, you know what that means, don't you?
I think it means more than just that.
Yeah, it means we're all slaves and there's nothing we can do about it. Reese was the only smart one getting out of here while he could. Some of the rest of us don't have that luxury.
I'm not convinced he was trying to leave. Alex starts thinking about what you could do with a bunch of wood in a mine. Could you build something like dig a tunnel out a mine, or like maybe set up a trap like to collapse part of it?
Can you repeat what you said prior to that? Just think of something you said.
Wait, what?
Could you repeat what you said prior to the what would he do with a wood? It was like think of something.
Oh yeah, think of what could you do with like a bunch of wood, and what would you do with it in a mine? Would you be building like a trap with it, perhaps, or like some sort of structure?
What'd
Would
you
you
say
be using
before
it to
that?
expand it? What?
What'd you say before that?
Oh, uh, I was just brain dumping. Is this something where we need to look at the recording?
Maybe.
Does anybody else remember what I said? 'Cause clearly, I've got brain rot right now.
No,
got a-
same like I'm barely.
I've got wasp in my brain, guys.
Oh no, we have to fix it.
Say something about burning.
I'll get the raid. You were talking to this dude about slaves. They're slaves to this thing. You want to know what's going on in the mine? Is what I managed to retain,
Yeah.
and they don't.
Oh, right.
They're either unwilling to talk about it or like literally don't know what you're talking about.
I got it.
Okay, cool.
So he would specifically say, so you weren't here to kill him then?
No.
Was there anyone else in there with you? See any signs of anyone else?
Not that we found yet.
And you just found him dead in there and happened to take the ring off of him?
Well, he was infested with something. I look at Atticus, who cannot respond because he's not on the call. Have you had wasp problems before?
Only recently. You saying the wasps killed him?
Not necessarily, but they were in him.
Listen, it sounds like you're implying there's a whole lot here. There's a whole lot more going on here than we even know of, and we live here.
Could be.
Do you even know why Davis had that ring?
Do I? Is there a way I could come up with a... What is the word I'm looking for? You seem to clearly have an idea.
It would probably just be some type of recall knowledge that you don't have.
I mean, I have every knowledge skill, so...
It would probably be some type of lore one, though. like criminology
Oh.
or something.
Yeah, I mean, like I could do like if we're doing with like a general knowledge, like I probably would be a society check.
Go ahead and do a secret roll. I'll determine how good your Sherlock brain is before before just telling you. You can assume, based on him saying that the ring is not his, or implying that the ring is not his, that perhaps it is some type of bribe.
Was there? Oh, is that? Is that it? Okay. I thought you were like thinking of something else to say.
Nope, it's a bribe.
Okay, yeah. It is quite valuable looking. Both made of gold and a gemstone.
It's made of copper.
Oh, it is? I thought it was...
Oh, it is gold. You're right. Atticus has the copper one.
Oh.
His is the one that says, die mad about it. And they did. Well, that was Reese's wedding ring. But whenever some snitch got around, or then they tried to hire a snitch, old Davis there went and found him. But then Reese paid him off to make sure he didn't actually rat on him. And I guess now that Davis is dead, guess we don't have to worry about that anymore.
So then revising my previous question, what would Davis be doing in the mine?
Probably mining like all the rest of us, I'm sure. Maybe he didn't get out in time. Either that or someone else got in there before the coyotes.
I see. I trust we'll keep this between ourselves.
Well, while we're keeping things secret, why don't you just go along the straight? You'll find Reese. About 30 minutes walk. Stick to the left side. There'll be a slope eventually that you can go up. Just be careful. He does have a couple dogs.
Right. Thank you very much.
He'll gesture to the window in the front of the house, but it's specifically on the side since he's at the end of the path. Actually, I think I said this was the second one in, so no. He'll tell you both to get out of here before the guards arrive, of which you have heard nothing yet.
Sounds good to me.
Tell Atticus that the house drake is still following him around and probably pestering him the entire time that he's trying to treat this lady.
Well, I got the jerky for the house drake, so
Are you actually going to feed it to keep it around?
sure, why not? I'll mark off a ration.
Very conveniently, as you guys are leaving the house, that's when Graya and Abner would have arrived, and Garmarum, you probably would have been sitting around for a little bit.
Just waiting for my. I'm like scarecrowing it up, arms spread out with my clothes on it to like help the sun dry it faster. It's kind of standing there perfectly still.
Like a normal.
Yeah, like a normal person. Everyone can do this. I've seen them in the fields. Arms are starting to hurt though.
So did he like? Is he back already?
Yeah, he's back. He's got his clothes in his arms. So he's
In this
currently
case,
just in his
since-
like boots, his like leg garters.
In this case, since it would have been 8 hours for Atticus to treat somebody, I'm assuming
Oh,
everyone would have had time to meet back up. Not conveniently, right as these guys are getting kicked out, and the guard may be coming. So, Alex, how are you gonna inform everyone of what has happened in a quick enough time span to fucking get out of here?
I'll just say, please come with me. We have official legal matters to attend to. And just beat an exit out of town towards the strait in the direction that I feel like I'm mixing up the father's name. The daughter was Annabelle, right? And Davis is the guy that was dead that had the ring.
Father
From
didn't give
Reese?
you a name.
Okay. Okay, I thought I missed it, but if we didn't even get it, then that's fine.
Yes, my lord.
Wait, all of us?
Yes.
The house drake will pipe up as it's like pulling the leash that is still hanging off of it around. It'll say, "Yeah, these two really fucked up. You should have seen it. He was about to get stabbed."
What did you do?
Stuck my nose where it doesn't really belong.
He's got a big nose too.
Is
Yep.
rather long. Impressive. Hey, they're back. Oh, they're gone.
We got juked.
So I think I missed part. So everyone's like grouped now, right?
Correct.
We're back. Oh yeah, there's also this new person.
Yes, Abner's going to turn to Graya and say, "Apologies. Do you mind introducing me to your? I believe the word we said along was posse."
Posse.
Okay, so this is Abner, and he's looking for a guy who stole a horse. And this is, And Graya kind of stares at the rest of you.
Oh, hello. My name is Garmarum, Esquire. You call me Mr. Rum. I'm a lawman. Law? Sorry, no. Legal. I practice legal.
Fascinating. I've crossed many paths with legal men during my time.
This is the most legal of men, he points at. Alex Gator. I can't with your name.
It's just Alex Gator.
He just says, just Alex Gator.
no,
Is that his introduction?
no. I thought you were asking.
Okay,
Okay, no.
I just pointed at you. This is the most legal of men. That's the
Oh,
introduction.
okay, gotcha. Alex Gator, circuit judge.
Pleasure, Abner Fairchild. Collector.
Collector of fair children?
Most certainly not. Collector of debts.
Ah,
That makes
just
more
like my
sense.
brother.
Perhaps we've crossed paths at one point.
I sincerely hope not. My brother is insufferable.
And dead.
You keep saying that.
Like, yes.
You get a narrow-eyed stare from Alex.
Oh, do you normally collect remains? It's back at that town, I think.
Excuse me?
Wasn't it the town we came from again?
Charleston.
Yeah, back in Charleston. Where we were for closing stuff. I don't know. Because he points at like I forgot everyone's name. Plague Doctor Man.
Can you guys not see each other's names?
I was looking somewhere else.
Can you see each other's health bars?
Let me
I
see.
can.
Yes to both.
Yeah, I can. His name is Atticus, right? Yes. There we go. He was there. He can vouch. But I guess we're no longer there. So there's no saying he's there. Conundrum. Would you like to pursue a lead on your brother? I don't know.
Like eventually, maybe, but right now.
Right now, I don't believe this guy. Why does he keep saying my brother's dead?
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't pursue a lead on my brother. I would pursue a lead on you.
Yeah. What is the lead on me? I'm right here.
Well, I mean, it would be like. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
I need to
What's
double
the
check how that
mystery?
works.
I'm just screaming. Your brother died. Not screaming. More like saying matter of factly, "Oh yeah, he's dead." You're supposed to feel sad about that or something. I hear. Or not. That's completely fine too. I'm not here to judge your family circumstances.
Your claims strain credulity, sir.
I do not have evidence, so that's fair. Only my word. And Atticus is a witness. Like, but I think
Yeah.
he also said he doesn't know what happened.
Yes, another extraordinary claim that is yet to be substantiated.
He is a doctor, so he has a better claim to, I guess.
You should listen to him about people being dead.
Not that he checked the body or anything. I mean, I think I was dead, and I'm still here.
Alex
was
Gator
dead.
says, excuse me, Garmarum, facts don't care about your feelings.
And my feelings don't care about facts. It goes both ways.
This is certainly an interesting collection of people.
Yes, people.
So, what brings you into our unfortunate company, Mr. Fairchild?
Abner is sufficient, but thank you. I stumbled upon Graya's cleaning process, and she mentioned that perhaps it would be best to find these people in a group.
Find who?
I am after an individual. I was hired by the mayor of the town they were just in.
Fresno or the other mayor that we didn't
It's
meet?
the town of Stillwater, not Fresno. Or Stillwater? What the fuck? I think that's actually in the name of an actual town.
Yeah, Stillwater is one of those definitely like generic kind.
Snakebite Bluff is where the mayor was from.
The mayor of a Snakebite Bluff to hunt down a horse thief.
Oh. Do you know the name of this person?
Was that given to me? I don't remember.
Reese.
I fucking knew it.
Yes, the individual's name is Reese.
Ah, how convenient. He's a person of interest.
Then it seems our paths have aligned.
I know where I got Stillwater from. It's Stillwater Bayou in Hunt Showdown.
Coincidence. Kiss me.
It's an actual town like 10 minutes from me, so.
Yeah, apparently it's in Minnesota as well.
I suppose if you and I are both after this individual, then we can potentially set out. He was apparently in a house nearby.
Yes, I happen to know where he is.
How fortuitous. I suppose.
Yeah, see? Good luck, huh?
Yes, our fate has an interesting way of working.
Unfortunately, I fear it may be more complicated than you would like.
The complications matter not to me as long as the debt is paid.
Yes. Well, shall we carry on?
I suppose you should lead the way since you have knowledge of his location.
I shall.
After you, Mr. Gator.
So we
What?
follow him on his horse.
Yeah, technically, yes.
Do you guys want to rent horses?
Technically, or fucking...
We still have the cart, don't we?
What order would you guys like to move in? Like, who's in front, who's in back?
That's true. That this cart belongs to another town, so I guess it's still with us.
You paid for a round trip, so...
Yeah. So we can just kind of cheese it and keep using the cart. What order? Let's see. Garmarum would like to take the front.
Well, I mean, Graia is pretty much melee only, and also one of the hardest targets in the group.
I think I'll stay in either the middle or the back.
Yeah. Likewise. I don't know these people, so
Let's do it like this. You know what? I'll give this one to Alex since he has the most hero points. Alex, why don't you roll me a d12? And then another one.
Wow.
Okay, well, luckily you guys have a horse and a horse-drawn cart. Along the coast here, you notice something has died in the middle of the road, but you're not sure what, because on top of that corpse, there is an entire swarm of scorpions all over it that are picking at it and eating at it.
Are scorpions even scavengers? I don't know.
They absolutely are, but remember the last time we dealt with a swarm?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if we thought wasps were bad, isn't scorpion poison way worse?
Probably.
Simply have to not touch it, I guess.
Actually, would I be able to identify them scorpions?
Other than it being a bunch of standard scorpions and in a swarm, you can't identify anything specific. You do know that you probably don't want to piss off an entire swarm of scorpions, though.
Those are edible. You can eat those.
Most things are with proper preparation.
Should we collect them?
No. Where are we going to keep a swarm of scorpions?
Not the entire swarm. Just enough to eat.
That.
I don't know. The last bugs didn't go so well.
Were those edible?
Probably.
Probably didn't taste good. Didn't feel good.
apologies, but the consumption of bugs is not necessarily high on my list at the moment.
No, but I would like to know what's dead there. Is there a way to, like, if we kind of look at it from a distance, would we be able to see, is it like humanoid shaped or is it like animal shaped?
It's far too big to be humanoid unless there is a large humanoid.
Could it possibly be a giant?
You want to know if the scorpions killed that ogre?
Or one of his compatriots, perhaps? Or at the very least are feeding on his corpse?
Graia, you would assume that if that ogre got attacked by a swarm of scorpions, he could instantly turn them all into a fine powder with his cannon.
Yeah, I don't think we should stop.
Let's keep rolling.
I mean, it'll
Yeah.
be here when we come back, and maybe the scorpions will be gone too.
We'll be left with a skeleton at most, probably. But that's fine.
Behold,
More shore!
I see the remains of a campfire.
Correct.
Actually, I probably don't necessarily see that. I have terrible perception.
A little dock.
A handcrafted dock. It looks really shitty, yes.
Mm,
There's also
like a little crab catcher kind of thing.
a crawfish cage.
Yeah, I was about to say. Seems like he's catching food for himself.
Was this man building a boat?
You know, see a boat nearby, no? Tell you what, though, I need to do the yeah. Actually, no, it'd be the other way around. Everybody, perception, please.
A blind, yeah.
Yes. I think if I do a blind roll to myself, it's just nobody can see it.
You can turn them up at least, right?
Oh man, nobody has wisdom, huh?
No.
Wait, you don't need a... Oh yeah, Oracle is charisma, not wisdom, isn't it?
No.
Yep.
I was gonna say,
Fucking
it's a divine spellcaster without wisdom? What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. I am force of personality.
And I'm a monk without wisdom.
I am unwise as fuck. I'm
Well-
also not very bright.
Luckily, you don't need wisdom in this system for monks. They're not mad
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, they just use fucking strength or dex for their saves, which is great. It's fucking great, I gotta tell you.
Coincidentally, Graia and Atticus both can hear the faint sounds of growling and sometimes yips at one another. Sounds like dogs.
I think there are more coyotes.
Oh,
No. Mr. Reese owns some dogs. Perhaps for hunting, self-defense, who knows?
So we're not here to kill the dogs?
This need not end in a bloodbath again, if that's what you're asking.
Well, yeah, I mean, the sheriff wanted us to kill all the coyotes.
Well, these would not necessarily be coyotes, but if they are, that would be quite the interesting coincidence. Wouldn't you agree?
Maybe. Who's Reese?
Mr. Abner's target.
Indeed.
Yeah, but how do you know him?
He had property in the mine. I wish to discuss it with him.
Oh, She just makes a series of faces.
And meanwhile, you get the placid stare of the alligator judge, investigator Alex Gator. I tried to say gator as many times as that.
You did good.
Thanks. I feel really good about it.
It was a good gator.
So just to make sure, we're not here to kill anybody.
I'm not. And if Mr. Abner gets what he wants, I don't think he is either. Is that correct?
No, I prefer bloodshed not be necessary.
Which, actually, I was wondering, how much is his bounty?
Not a bounty. He just owes a horse. So either he returns the horse, or he returns the money necessary for a horse.
I see.
Or hangs, right? Or hangs?
How,
The hanging part is not up to me.
He looks
For the
straight at Alex. Verdict?
Actually, would I happen to know how much a horse is offhand?
Why don't you give me whatever you think's relevant? Probably society, I would assume.
Yeah, society.
Do you have horse lore?
Equestrianism.
No, I don't.
Horse
Which-
legal.
Horse legal horse matters.
Like, I can't imagine it to be like super expensive, but at the same time, it definitely wouldn't be cheap.
I know there's
Like, we-
also you also don't know what species, ancestry, whatever race is.
Yeah, I was gonna say the quality of the horse would change it too, but I imagine it'd be at least in the upper digits of gold, maybe more if it was a quality horse.
Or even if it's not a horse, what if it's
That's-
a Pegasus?
That's true. What if it's a giant beetle that was passed off as a horse? What if it's a giant scorpion?
Well, you guys get whatever you're here to get. I'm gonna see if there's any crawfish. Grya jumps out of the wagon.
It's a crawfish. Garmurm's like, I'm going to stretch my legs
It's,
and walk next to the wagon.
Has the campfire been lit long or put out long?
It looks like it's been there for quite some time.
Abner's icon is to it.
I want to point out that there's a feat called Corgi Mount.
Does it give you a corgi?
Yes, you have to be a pixie to take this. I'm going to say it's probably several tins of gold at least.
What, to get a horse?
Yes, and he's had it for a long time and he was renting it, so obviously the price is going to be added for every day that he hasn't returned it.
I would assume I would know the cost of that, considering that's what I'm here to get.
According to the archives, a riding horse is 1 silver per day or 8 gold pieces to purchase outright.
It would probably not go over the purchase cost then, so he probably owes them 8 gold. Where'd you find that at, by the way?
I plugged PF2E horse cost into Google. But it is on the animals page of the Archives of Nethys.
that link. I put it in the chat.
Which, to be fair, like 8 gold pieces is like, 5 or 6 years worth of wages for an average laborer.
Damn. Really?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that D&D really gets awful about like the currency is that adventurers like deal in hundreds of thousands of gold. A commoner
Yeah.
will probably only earn a gold like in their life.
Let's see what the average day's wage is for a normal schmuck.
That sounds really low because like you can buy a bunch of chickens.
If you use
With 1 gold.
earn income with a task level 0, if you're trained, you can earn 5 copper.
Cool. A day?
Let's see. It's downtime, so it could be a week. I doubt it, though. It's daily, yeah. So 3 copper a day, or 5 copper a day.
That's a silver every 2 days.
Yeah, you get 2.5 silver for the average work week.
Factor in living
So-
expenses.
You need to work 2 straight months just to be able to afford
1 gold. Or something.
Right. So 2 months of labor is a gold piece. We could literally change a person's life by giving them our pocket change.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no! It'd be one month of labor is a gold piece. So you'd have to work 8 months straight at that rate to afford a horse. Because it'd be 4 work weeks, 2.5 silver. So 2.5
Cost of
times 4 is
living.
10.
Yeah, that does also not assume like the food that they have to eat or
Wait,
whatever.
Other
how
expenses.
much
Yeah.
did you say they make a month? Or a week, even?
2.5 silver for 5 days of labor.
Not counting expenses?
No.
Subsistence living is 4 silver a week.
Can they even survive?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like wow.
I assume that also takes into account like they would probably be sharecroppers on like a lord's land
Probably.
and not like Wild West dudes.
Your character can live off the land instead, but each day they do, they typically use the subsist activity to the exclusion of any other downtime activity. So it takes you the entire day instead of just eight work hours.
I mean, technically that's what a peasant's job is.
Yep.
Like they would go out and they would roll survival, and then they would like give whatever food they don't eat, or actually they would give 90% of the food to their lord and then eat whatever's left.
And this is why whenever you do the earn income action, you want to do performance or a lore skill or crafting, because you treat those as higher or something like that.
I think in like Deadlands, it was like the average person earns like $5 a month, and like average cost of food is like 10 cents a meal. So it's much more reasonable. But a horse costs like $100 in Deadlands, so
Okay, well, there's no crawfish in the trap. The fire appears to have been out for quite some time, but it's not like there's wind or rain to come through here to blow it away or anything. Especially whenever there's a cliff face over here that would be blocking any wind that would be coming through. Speaking of which, you can't see that there's a house right here, but you can only see the thatched roof from here.
Graya is disappointed.
House has an excellent vantage point.
Oh man, there's a sniper in the window and they shoot you guys. You have to go all the way up the ramp to get to him. Oh no!
Hermit with a shotgun.
I can climb.
Speaking of which, now's the perfect time for me to ask. Actions. Exploration. What are you doing? if anything, because you don't have to do any.
Let's see what the choices are. There's a defend.
Defend
Yeah,
is
please.
specifically if you have a shield.
Yeah, I have a shield. It's a steel shield.
For the most part, I think for you guys it would be investigate, defend, avoid notice, or I think that's it, because nobody has detect magic to spam constantly.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna like stand somewhere and like just keep an eye out like a guard dog, guard human.
Oh, there's also scout to give you a +1 to initiative.
That will not help me. I'm terrible at those.
Yeah, I think Graya, after determining there are no crawfish to be had, doesn't see a reason why everyone would be cautious. So she's going to loaf about and accomplish nothing productive.
You know what you can see over in the water again that will not actually be an enemy? There you go. You can see another one of those things on the bottom.
New plan. Graya goes to the end of the dock.
It would be several feet underwater, so.
Aw.
Alex would probably know about these from living in the swamp.
She's like bent over, tail twitching.
What do I know about them?
Oh man, why don't you do a check and I'll make it easy on you because you've seen them before.
Okay.
Which means I reduce the thing by 2.
This is one of those situations where the DM's like, "Yeah, you've seen him before," and Alex is like, "I have not ever."
But that was a lie, though.
I think it actually would have been impossible for you to fail. Yes, Alex Gator, you would know that this is a quite the pest in swampy regions. It's known as the sea scorpion.
Don't
Although
like that.
they are aquatic creatures, they can live on land because they have disgusting fucking gill things that can work with air as well.
It's a mudkip.
You would know that you eat these all the time as well. You can't really like cook them too well considering they have an exoskeleton, but you can kind of like throw them in a water and boil them and make a stew or soup out of them.
It's a lobster.
You'd make gumbo out of them. Which is coincidentally what you'd also do for crawfish that are not in that trap.
Or if you're a gremlin monkey, you would just eat them. She has a high fortitude save.
Sometimes I miss the home cooking of Crimson Tail Bayou.
You can eat them?
Yes, they're quite good in gumbo.
What is gumbo?
I want one. Graya is going to wait around to see if it comes any closer.
Are you telling me you'd actually like to try fighting it and then eating its corpse?
If it comes within range or the ability for her to attempt to grab it.
It certainly will not. You'd have to dive into the water to get to it.
Oh.
Or lure it on land somehow.
Unfortunately, no. She will not.
No mudkip for you.
I'll have you know, good sir, that gumbo is some of the finest food that there is.
What is it made of?
I,
It's made of the gum gum tree fruit.
no, it's not. It's made of a lot of things, you know. Pepper, onion, celery. It's got a roe. You put sausage in it. You put crayfish in it. You can put a lot of things in it. You put everything into it. And the more things you put into it, the better it gets.
He thinks of asking if you can put a certain ingredient in it, but then thinks probably not to ask that, and just like nods. Sounds incredibly edible.
I'm going to
Yes,
pretend I understood what you said.
yes, I know these ingredients.
Yes, well.
You know, one problem about Atticus or Arson not being here. I don't know what he would have prepared, but I'm going to do the same thing as last time.
It worked well before. Why not?
There we go. Atticus is going to remind you that there are dogs around, and if you need them taken care of, he knows a certain ingredient that can tame them and may also end up killing them. But that's part of the process of science.
He kind of steps away from Atticus a little, just one step.
We can't know unless we test it, after all.
It's not wrong.
Perhaps it'd be better to see if the dogs can be circumnavigated first.
Right.
So you want to go all the way around the dogs?
That's the preferable method. Yes, I don't see the necessity in killing them or experimenting on them unless absolutely needed.
It's only an experiment if they fight back.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that because that was creepy as all get out.
Well, how would you like to go about it then?
Defensively, in case wasps come out of the ground.
It's always going to be the wasps.
It's
I
gotta be the
think
wasps.
that's an actual thing some wasps actually do, is come out of the
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, no, and in the desert too, like tarantula hawks.
I've fought
They live
skeletons.
in burrows.
I have fought skeletons. Probably a worse experience. Well, the wasps were definitely a worse experience. Simply because they refused to leave.
Guess sticking close to the cliff wall so it can't be seen from the house or anyone up on the cliff.
They definitely would have been able to see Graya on the dock by now.
Still there.
Atticus is going to suggest that maybe we should just call out to them and then just shout a little bit. Hello, is anyone there? This is this the right word? Conjugal house visit?
You wish to have sex?
What the fuck word am I thinking of then? Where doctors go to the house. God damn it.
Isn't that just like doctor's visitation?
You know what, that'll work. Doctor's visitation. Is anyone home? And then you will get the sound of barking dogs.
Bark, 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 bark.
I really like the feature of it not showing you what they're named in the encounter tracker.
Well, so it seems that calling out to someone didn't help.
Oh. We'll get nowhere just standing here.
Yes, agreed. Perhaps we should send someone to scout ahead.
Are you still watching for that?
Is the only person here with stealth watching a fucking shrimp?
I mean, technically, I do have the stealth skill, but I don't have the dex to make it good.
Excuse me, it's not a shrimp, it's a common Eurypterid.
Krya turns around and looks up at Alex like, what?
I am also trained in stealth.
She looks up. She just looks at the rest of you like, and?
Graya, perhaps we can worry about the preparation of gumbo at a later time.
Okay, fine. We're here for a stupid horse.
I can make the gumbo later if you like.
All right. Gaia will try to scout? Or should she avoid notice to get a view on what's up ahead?
I guess it depends on the mechanical effect you want.
Actually, how tall's the rocks?
Enough for you to climb up in a single round.
Okay, Graia's going to climb over the rocks. Here.
So first of all, you can see that there's a dog here. Secondly, you notice it smells extremely horrible. In fact, yes, you're exactly within range. Give me a fortitude save.
Just public?
Yes.
I'm good at those.
Dang.
Yes, you pinch your nose and do not know. Actually, Abner, you are also within range of this, so she give me a fort save as well.
Okay.
We're
You
good
are
at
both
this.
good.
Graia's still going to make like a gagging noise and cover her mouth.
This is atrocious.
Does the dog look okay? Because the dog doesn't really look okay.
It does, in fact, look to be missing pieces of its body, yes. If you'd like to get more than that, you would have to do a check.
Okay, what kind of check you think? Because Graia has no knowledge skills.
Well, the good news is if you pick the right one, it becomes an easier check than normal.
So she kind of has survival, which means that she's technically good in nature, which kind of leads me to believe like a recall knowledge nature check would be appropriate,
You can try.
which she doesn't have, by the way.
Do you have to be trained to recall knowledge?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It will be a hidden one, though. I'm also going to go ahead and do this. This. There you go. Gray, you think this dog is perhaps some type of, not pit fighting dog, but, what the fuck is that called? But yeah, you think it could perhaps be used in, dog fighting, which may be why this person happens to have them. And it's probably, well practiced at it from the look of it.
Yeah, I think it's hurt.
Sounds a lot like the coyotes in the mine.
A question. Did we long rest?
You should have,
Is this
yeah.
the same day? Okay, cool.
It's been 8 hours, so.
I'll just. There's a convenient button. You can all regain your resources. Just next to your, like under your max HP. It's
I
a
don't
bed.
think anyone else really has resources besides Atticus.
Sure.
And I
Well,
had to
me, I
do
guess,
his
yeah.
daily preparation, so.
I got my spells back now. It's good. Oh yeah, I have to roll initiative. Get my.
You were sleepwalking all this time.
Are we rolling initiative?
They did.
I've already done it for the dogs, so. Wow, they got a +2 wisdom. They have a higher wisdom than everyone here, and it's a fucking dog.
Truly, animals are sage beasts.
I was defending, so my shield was raised.
Graia, yours could have been with stealth, and I think that's only one higher for you.
It didn't take my number. It's got to die on the initiative tracker instead.
Did you have your token selected whenever you rolled it?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I don't think you have to do that, actually, but I can just update, and it would be a 10. He would be higher up. Well, Abner, something really fucking stinks up there. And let me get combat music just in time for the other one to have stopped on its own.
Okay. So this 10 paces thing lets me step up to 10 feet as a free action. I guess we'll use that to get a head start on movement.
Just step up the cliffside.
I don't know if I can
Yeah, come on.
Cannot step into difficult terrain.
sashay.
Not
up
without a
the
feat.
cliffside. So do that, and then I guess I'll use my regular movement. To there. And that's
Also,
one action.
yes. Also, Graia, the way that doing initiative with stealth is, whatever the number you rolled for initiative is everything below you doesn't know that you're there until you act. The bad news is everything is above you, so...
It didn't really matter this time, but that's good to know.
Alex lost track of you when you climbed up there.
Alex is like, where'd the monkey go?
Okay, so I can do. This is the part that's confusing me. I can do another 25 because that's a second action, or am I
Correct.
done moving? Okay.
Yeah, you can take a stride action, and you have 3 actions that you can make. So you could do another stride if you want.
Okay.
Each
well,
set of movement is 1 action, and so you have 3 actions, you can move 3 times.
Okay. Move there. And then. Trying to see what the range on this is. It says range increment 30 feet on the pistol.
It's 55 away, so you would be getting a -2 in the second range increment, I think. Or maybe it's -1 in this.
Okay. Let's. Well, I'm actually just going to.
It's a -2. It goes -2, -4, -10. That's quite the jump.
I'll just move there instead. Which is my actions, I think. So
It is, yes.
that will end the turn, I'm assuming.
Dog hear noise. Dog perception in cone behind it. Dog move out. Dog perceive again. I don't think there's a penalty on multiple perceptions, is there?
No, I don't believe so. Only attacks, I think, have the penalties.
Dog beholds Graia, who is now, what's your stealth actually?
My stealth is a +4 modifier.
Okay, that's a crit success even, so you are observed.
Critically.
Exactly. Well, Atticus can't really do anything, but
It's about to take you down like an internet reviewer.
Those pants so don't go with that fur.
Dog 2, same thing. Dog 2 sniff snoof. It can only get up to you. You can't do anything. And technically, you are behind minor cover for this one, and it didn't matter anyways. I should probably check when this comes in. Entering or starting your turn, okay. Raya, receive of dog.
Good lord.
I think that's just away from a crit, right?
Yeah. Well,
your
actually,
stance isn't on, so that's actually...
no. It's a crit. So
Good news, they're all done now.
Grahia yelps something in a very colorful language.
I completely forgot about suggesting to turn your your stance on.
Well, I haven't had a turn yet.
That's true. Garmarum.
I can't say anything from where I am, right?
Oh, you can see Graya. That's about it.
Okay. I'm
It's
gonna
up
go.
a slope, so...
Yeah. I have my shield raised because of defend action.
that would have been prior in this
Because
turn, so...
Yeah, like I rolled initiative, and because I was doing the defending, my shield is raised, right?
Yep. So if they would have attacked you before your turn, you would have got the
Gotcha.
shield bonus.
Gotcha. So I go here. I still don't see anything. Oh, is this like not a wall?
It's a slope.
Gotcha. Here. Where was I? Shoot, where was I standing?
Right here, I think.
Yeah, okay. Let me just measure that out, because my movement is checking 30 feet. So I can go here. Oh, there's a wall, it says. I try to go up there.
Were you planning on, like, climbing up it with part of your movement?
Sure.
'Cause then I'll just have to drag you because there's a wall.
Yeah. I'd probably take a second action to climb.
Probably, yeah.
Then I see dog. I have shield out, so I don't have meteor hammer out. I do have a gavel, but I'm far, so instead I'm going to cast a thingy. No, that's 2 actions. Never mind. I am just going to my butt over here and draw ire. Actually, I can just raise my shield again, right?
Yep.
Okay, I do that in front of Abner to protect you person.
Graya.
Okay, so all right, so she will enter mountain stance and then immediately, which dog hit her or bit her?
The top one.
She is going to punch it in the face. Oh, I just noticed something.
I just noticed something too. You started your turn. Fuck.
Inky, how far? 15 feet? Okay, I'm within that.
You didn't...
Okay,
Actually,
so
you did enter the aura, so yes. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Here, I'll roll now.
You're both good.
Okay, so the
Oh, you were
falling.
temporarily immune anyways. Never mind. Continue.
Oh, because we passed the first one.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So the falling stone strike doesn't have the reduced map penalty.
Does it
very-
have... agile,
Yeah.
No, it does not.
then that's why.
It has forceful.
Yeah.
When you
Some
attack
styles
more-
remove the agile from it.
Well, when you attack more than once with it on your turn, the second attack gains a circumstance bonus equal to the damage number of, or to the number,
The number
of
of
weapon
damage dice. So 1.
Yeah.
So that would mean my second. So in a flurry of blows, if I use Falling Stone Strike.
It's effectively a
both?
-4, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's how that happens, I guess. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to flurry the top dog.
Top dog.
That just hits.
Oof. And I don't appear. Oh, okay. I guess I can just do. Why did I do that?
You made it hidden.
I guess I was holding my push to talk button and clicked.
Yeah, there could be a shortcut for it, I don't know. I also just noticed all of these do not show me the HP.
Uh-oh.
Is that your third hit? Because then it would be
No. No, that was my second hit. The other one vanished. Oh wait, no, it didn't. Sorry, that whole rolling it as a private messed me up.
Yep. Technically,
okay.
the third one would it'd be another -5, so it would be 18. So it would still hit,
Okay.
and that would actually still crit as well.
Oh, yeah,
The
it's a
third
nat.
one is on -10, no?
Yeah, but it already has a -5 on it, so it should be an additional -5 to turn
Okay.
it into an 18.
Still hits.
Yeah,
Then
but
yeah,
because it's a natural 20, it
Yeah.
becomes a crit.
Yep.
Yeah. Increases.
Oh Jesus!
Okay.
Is it dead? Please be dead.
It is dead. Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Dang.
So Greg gets bitten and immediately like sumo stomps into the sand and buries a fucking dog.
All right. Mr. Gator doesn't think he can climb up the mountain so easily like Garmarum did.
There was a lot of scampering.
And now that you're past that as well, let me just to make it easier to fucking. Oops.
Hmm. And that'll be it. Not a very exciting turn for Mr. Gator.
Abner.
Okay. Going to. Now, if I shoot the thing, am I going to also be shooting the totally normal human in front of me?
They will receive minor cover from this. Yes.
Okay, so I will need to step out. Yes. So if I move and then start attacking, does that, once I stop moving, this first one that counts as my first action?
Yeah.
Okay, so I lose 20 feet of movement essentially.
Or you
Unless
can
you
use a
move
step.
somewhere.
A step doesn't provoke attacks opportunity, but you're not next to an enemy right now.
Okay.
You can
So-
also teach me a lesson by shooting right through me.
I'm not gonna end up doing
Garmroom doesn't
that.
seem to recognize what weapon you're using. He thinks it's a staff.
A very small staff. Since it's,
I was gonna say double barrel pistol.
Oh, then it's a club.
yeah,
He thinks it's a club.
I'll go ahead and move there. As part of 10 paces, I guess it technically draws the weapon. I can draw the weapon as a free action.
Yep, you should have already headed out.
I'm making the assumption it's loaded automatically.
You
In that
should be, yeah.
case,
Unless you're walking around with unloaded gun for some reason.
no, not likely. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll fire at.
It is not flat-footed, by the way. It's at the very top of your action list.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
It just hits again.
for not much damage. And then let's see. What else can I do? That's 2 actions. I guess for third, I have to use interact to reload.
You
Or
have
does I
2
only-
barrels, so you should have 2 shots.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, you could also... can you feint with ranged weapons? I doubt it.
I think you need a feat to do that.
I think so, too. You could try to intimidate it.
There is the intimidate feat that lets you shoot a gun instead of yelling.
Yeah, I think that's a lot later. I had this Contours reload thing, which does a demoralize or diversion. But I have to. That's when I reload.
Gun definitely startles Garmroom. Shot right next to him. Whoa!
So I guess I will just unload the second barrel.
Our spellcaster.
Right next to the strike, there's one that says map -5.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to hit that.
And that one misses.
Okay. So that is that. And I guess currently I have an unloaded gun that I'm just pointing up.
Garmarum receive of the dog. And then-
Miss.
Another.
It's also.
I think Atticus is gonna be a brave boy. Yeah. Oh, they are flat-footed. Maybe this will actually work. Barely. Okay.
Impressive.
And then I'm just gonna have him step away. He did something. How smart are dogs? Dogs are not smart. I'm sorry, Kraya.
No, it's perfectly okay. That misses because 19. All of those miss because 19.
Garmarum.
Gotta do some Jackie Chan style dodging.
Yeah, let's see. How many actions does this spell take? Got a friend there who's very slightly, very gently injured. She seems like she'll hold. So Garbrum's gonna take a swing at this fellow. A gavel. $17? Seems I hit by 2. 7. Wait, whoops. I don't know why that one's highlighted, but I meant the lower one. This one here.
That's the one I did the damage on anyway.
Yeah, fair. He's gonna do it again. -5. Oh, only 4. War Gavel's light. That misses. And then he's gonna raise his shield. And that's his turn.
All right, so gonna flurry the dog in front of me.
Hell yeah.
Now, so the way that forceful works is because that hit, the next one gets a +1.
You can just do the map -5 and then add a +1 onto it manually.
Right. Which is what I'm doing here. No.
The dice betrayed you though.
It says each time you attack with it, so each subsequent attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to double the number of weapon damage dice. So I could do.
It's supposed to damage, not attack.
It doesn't say it has to deal damage. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
The bonus is to damage, not to attack.
Yeah, it's to damage. I'm sorry. So that would be a 7 anyway. So anyway.
We're all learning. This fucking thing. So many
Anyway.
words. So many words.
I know every fucking tag on this like sheet is like a paragraph. Anyway.
Yeah, I need to look up a lot of weapon tags, honestly.
And map caps at 10, right?
Yes. You can only flurry once though.
Right. I'm just gonna regular try to punch. And then regular try to punch again. I guess.
Good thing they have no reactions to punish critical misses.
Barely anything does, luckily.
Alex Gator.
Well then, Alex is going to move there for 1 action. And he's going to focus really, really intently on that dog. And you see the gears in his brain turning as he then quickly changes his mind and proceeds to go there and end his turn.
Abner.
Okay, so let's see. So I would need to reload, essentially, right?
Yes.
You could do your Raconteur's reload for that.
Still takes an action, but I can,
Well, just a normal reload would take an action too, so
Yep.
could use
might as well get the demoralize or whatever other effect it's got.
Perfect. And that reloads only a single of the 2 bullets. I would take it. So
Well, look at the
I'm
reload
not
action.
sure.
Can do a quick look. Never hurts to check.
Yeah, each loaded separately.
Can you do the Raconteurs reload twice? Or does it have... No, it doesn't have the flourish tag on it, so yes, you can.
Second. Reload, shoot. That's okay. So we'll go ahead and do that. Dog nearest to Garmarum, I guess, gets the demoralize.
Yes, make him sad.
So he just kind of locks eyes with him and growls at him.
Give me an Intimidate against its will, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what else it would be.
As soon as I find what that is, she said intimidation. Is there an
Yeah,
actual
against its
action
will.
somewhere?
I think if you do the Intimidate action, it's just going to tell you to do the skill, so you may as well just roll the skill.
Okay.
It does not seem impressed.
Excellent. All right. I guess we'll try it again.
I believe...
Where's there
Let me check. It's either immune or gets a you get a penalty to it.
Oh, no. Yeah, there's yeah, it's immune for 10 minutes. Okay. On the demoralize action anyways.
You can always do the second one.
You can target the other one.
Yeah, so the one next to Graya, I will attempt to do the same thing too. Give it an old snarl. Mane kind of rises a little bit. Even less impressive.
Yes, it is also not phased.
Didn't think so. All right. So, but I have both barrels loaded. Can I unload both at the same time? Or fire both at the same time?
I don't
with
think
one
so.
action?
I think you need a feat that is coming up to do that. And even then, I think you have to have a gun in each hand to fire them both at the same time.
Excellent. Okay. So, just fire on the dog next to Rum.
Let's see, double barrel, you can... There's two that are fired separately. You can fire both barrels in a single strike to increase the weapon damage by 1 step. Okay, so you can.
Okay. So, we'll do that.
So you would
Does that mean it does
increase the...
D6?
Yeah, you would increase the D4 to a D6.
Okay. Which,
Roll a D6 instead.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like it should have a second damage thing for that, but I guess not.
Just roll a D6 and we'll add 1.
Is it /R?
That's our space. It's +1.
5 is much better.
5.
5.
Hey, it got higher. Yeah, it got higher.
Oh wait, which one were you shooting at?
The one next to Rum.
Okay. 3 actions down. Doggo.
This small weapon you're using delights Garmaru.
Garmarum, do you
This
have
one.
an action to punish movement? A reaction,
No,
rather? I
not-
doubt
not yet.
anybody
Not-
does.
At level, well, no one's a fighter. I don't get it until later levels. My dedication. So yeah, it's here.
Okay, how would you guys rule a quadruped doing the trip action? Because technically you need a free hand to do it, but come on.
They have
mean,
I count
Probably
The mouth.
bites.
yeah,
yeah.
I count the bite it's a free hand. Case of like things unarmed and have bite attacks.
Yeah, as long as it's not wielding a weapon in its mouth, I think it's fine.
I
It is
wonder if
not
there
Sif.
is. I wonder if there is a Sif. Probably not.
Abner. This is against your reflex save. Be tripped.
So it's your reflex plus 10, basically. Oh no, you
Yeah,
don't like.
It's your DC,
Oh,
not your.
okay.
You don't roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So 18. Does it meet? Does it beat, or does it? Nothing happens.
I think if you meet, you get a success, right?
Yes. Equaling or exceeding is always a success.
Yeah. So it succeeds. What's your reflex? I guess plus.
+8.
Yeah, it meets.
And let me post this in the chat. Just so I can drag that on you because it's easier.
Okay, so one more
I was gonna
time.
say,
What was
how
the
do you-
metric I was looking at?
So you just fall prone. Which is.
You're on your butt.
dog got pounced by a dog.
And then it's going to spend its last thing at map trying to bite you on the ground. Of which I need to check flat-footed.
Flat-footed. Oh god, it didn't even need the flat-footed.
Lucky for you, that's not a crit.
A 3.
Wow. 19 on the hit, 1 on the damage.
Damn. It'd be that way
Atticus,
sometimes.
Atticus, draw and throw bomb in same thing because alchemist.
Ho ho! That again.
I
Does
forgot
he
to
only
target
have-
the dog, but that is a crit.
Yeah.
He keeps critting with poison bombs.
Yeah. Does it only have a +4 to hit?
His dex is garbage, so yeah. Okay, so here's the bad news.
It splashes?
Dog dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag the splash damage onto you guys, but apparently that's one of the things you can't drag. So Garmarum and Abner, you take 1 poison damage.
Ow. I'll just -1. If you right-click yourself, you can edit your health. Just type -1.
So that's the bad news. The even worse news is that this dog does not seem affected at all by this bomb.
Oh great, it's immune to poison. What a shame. That's such good damage. But hey, now we know.
And that was 1 action, so for the next one... God, I don't think he even has any more bombs. He does. He's going to quick alchemy. And then he's going to try to... What's his good stuff? He's going to try to diplomacy with the dog. He's going to try to recall knowledge. Sensing that it was not affected by the poison, he's going to try occultism. I guess that was supposed to be hidden, but whatever. Okay, so one fact about this. This is way harder to give info on when people aren't around to ask for specifics. This is a dog that has been reanimated from the dead, that has come back for its owner, and then usually they end up tragically killing their own owner whenever it spites them, because in Pathfinder 2 system, if undead are raised, they are evil by default. It's one of those worlds.
Oh. Are we changing that? Are we changing the alignment rules? I can't remember if that's what we went with.
I guess you could,
It's-
but they would still count as
Aggressive
mindless
toward all living
undead that
things?
are aggressive, yeah.
Yeah, that
It's-
makes sense.
Pet Cemetery rules.
Their
That's an
fucking
excellent.
their fucking notes actually has a thing specifically in it for pet cemeteries, funnily enough.
Of course.
Graya, receive of thee the bitings and have nothing happen.
Nope. And like she's not actually dodging, she's like elbowing their mouth when they come to bite her.
Okay, Karmarum.
Kind of like scratches his chin, getting like poison at him again, and the dog not getting hurt. And then a grin. He drops. Is it? I think it's a free action to drop something you're holding, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you're not stashing it away, you just drop it. And then he holds his free hand up before him. He traces a symbol in the air, and he takes 3 actions and casts heal.
Do it. Get a crit.
So yeah, 3 actions. Everyone gains 8 HP, and the dogs, if they fail, take 8 damage. Half in success, and that's his
very
entire
nice.
turn. Yeah, that's me. Who's that? I'm like, oh, they're undead, are they? Yeah, 1 dog failed, 1 dog succeeded. So 1 takes 8, the other takes. Are they weak against? Positive.
They did not take extra, so no.
Okay, cool.
Alright, well, second verse, same as the first.
I did also forget to do this. Okay, he's probably gonna pass this. Yeah. Alex, did you get within 15 feet of a dog? In fact, did you already do the save or not?
I don't recall ever doing a save. He's been standing away from the fray, though. How big is 15 feet? That would be like
3
that?
squares.
3 squares.
It's plausible then.
Well, go ahead and roll and pass your fortitude save. Because everyone else has.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
I guess you're the sole person that did not.
My lord! No!
Slowed is pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you didn't crit fail. Never mind.
Okay. Just sick. It goes down every turn, I think. Or is it? No, wait. Sick.
You can reg to do the save again.
It's an action to try and vomit it out.
Here, Graya, would you like to punch more?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my last 2 actions just to punch dog.
One more. Hey, it worked.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
By
this
0.
this is going to be +2 damage because of
Correct.
forceful.
Hell yeah.
So 14.
Woo, it's dead. I hope.
Yeah, looks like I crushed it. Is stepping a free action?
A step is an action.
It's movement, but only 5 feet for no reactions, basically.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it still consumes an action though.
Yep.
Okay, so Graya breaks another dog's neck.
In 3.5, it didn't take an action, right? It's just, hey,
yeah, you used to
you
get
could
a free 5-foot step
It was
every
part of
turn.
the movement, yeah.
Okay. Even though Alex has got stinky poo poo breath on his face, he looks at the remaining dog, and you see his brain working. And then he lifts up his
Oh.
cane, holding it like a gun, and then all of a sudden he shoots.
You as well. Everyone has this weapon. What is it? I want one.
And then
Shouldn't
for
have
his
one, though.
last action, he's going to go ahead and try to retch.
Make another say. Oh
Damn.
no, you're just gonna be sick forever.
Oh, good news. There's no more doggos.
Oh.
User observer lacks permission to something something. I don't know what that was about.
I just got a weird error where it's like
Yeah.
key and then big string of letters.
Yeah, but it went away.
Yeah, it did too.
I'm gonna say you're sickened. You're probably gonna pass it eventually.
Roll a few times to see how long it takes.
God, I hope it's not like immediately.
Yeah, perfect.
I was gonna say I hope it's not
Um,
like Fitzy in that fucking Goblin game where it took what was it 14 turns or something to get out of the restraint.
Something like that. Lord.
How do I tell the gun to reload?
You have to take 3 hours to take it apart.
It would just
Reload.
be a reload action.
Yeah, but I don't have like reload as an action in my list.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not on there.
You
I
just
think
did
it's supposed to do it during the strike action, perhaps.
It should be in like.
There we go. All right, I hit the melee attack button instead of the ranged attack button.
bum bum bum.
Chain pistol.
Either way, Graya's like, oh, they stink.
Yeah. Despite their smell, Alex walks up to take a closer look, and he wants to know: do these look like to be the same state the coyotes were in?
Oh, man,
These
you'll have
are
to do a
advanced
check and
co-
find out.
Don't move away from the stinky dogs.
Yes, must get away.
Okay, now I can give you the dump. Well, you already know that these are specifically undead. But you would know that it is sheer force of loyalty that causes them to raise back from the dead. And then, as Atticus said, eventually they will probably end up killing their owner. And after they do that, they will take pretty much everything from the surrounding area that used to belong to their owners and pile it into whatever place that they were living in, whether it be dilapidated or not. And they are usually aggressive to anyone that comes by that is not their master.
Right. Are they also aggressive toward their master? Is their mindless undead?
eventually that's usually what happens, yes.
Okay. So so to be clear about it, they're different from the coyotes.
Yes, the coyotes were not undead. They just had a mite that ate their fur and made them scratch it all off. They had mange.
Okay, just making sure.
Also, hello,
Oh.
Arson, that has been in here for a while, and I was doing combat, so I didn't say anything.
That's okay. I was eating some food real quick.
He is here finally.
Arson.
Yes.
Well,
Here you go,
Alex,
here's the full thing.
Alex is gonna quietly just start walking towards the shack.
Do you think perhaps there's a chance the horse is still around? Quite unlikely.
Not sure.
You think the horse is inside the shack?
I mean, if it belonged to the owner,
Yeah.
Alex walks up with his cane ready. Oh, that's not good.
Yes, as you can see, there is a woman dead on the floor.
Are you really going into the stinky doghouse?
Yeah, I am. Time to forensics this.
Oh man, good news. Actually,
What?
let
My
me,
lord, would
let
you
me
like
give
some
you-
backup?
Okay, so yeah. So you would notice specifically, Mr. Empiricism Man. This house is a fucking trash fire. But those dogs were only raised recently, and you can surmise that the dogs would not have been able to cause all this damage to the house by themselves.
Okay. So let's check out the corpse. Take note of its orientation, the way it's laying there, the pool of blood. Alex is going to use his cane to poke at it a few times.
To prod the corpse.
Yeah, just like a kid with a stick. If I'm gonna both check the body for anything of interest as well as do a forensics examination, is that like a medicine roll and then like a search roll, or?
That will be investigate, and investigate apparently uses recall knowledge as a secret check.
Okay, I'll start with the forensics then.
Forensics.
There are several puncture wounds all over the torso. You do not know what those could have been caused by. You can assume, though, but you know what happens when you do that.
I make an ass out of you and me. Woohoo! All right. So besides the forensics examination, if I'm just like searching the body for like any items of interest, like a note, memento, trinket, etc., does that require a roll or?
I would say no, and they do
Okay.
not have anything on them besides their clothes.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you guys, but Alex is going to go around just checking everything here, like the broken desk, the piece of like the book on the floor, the bed.
Graya will occupy herself by poking around the outside of the house.
Well, Graya, you would notice up here. Yes, up there. Hey, there's a grave in the ground. And it just so happens to have 3 holes dug out of it. Like dogs have been digging in it.
Does the headstone or makeshift cross say anything?
No, it does not.
She's gonna start digging.
You find the dog's wallet.
Yeah. There's some more steak chunks down in there. That's probably about all you find.
Ugh.
Do I get a sense that this is related to the skeletons? Charleston? The way these dead dogs move.
The way
They're
they
like
move.
skeletons. Well, they're like skeletons, but chunky. They're like not very well prepared skeletons. Really, all living things are just skeletons with extra bits.
What are you talking about?
Skeletons.
These specifically would not be.
That witch.
Well, they are magical. They're just not by someone casting a spell. It's just natural magic.
Gotcha. They kind of just rose.
Yeah, sometimes dogs are just so evil.
Sometimes they're just so evil they come back from the dead.
No,
And
they're
eventually-
they're such good boys that they come back because they want to go back to their mom and dad. But then, because they're then undead, they turn evil inherently.
Hmm.
Nervously glances at Atticus.
Yes.
Or at least he
There.
pretends to look nervous. Some of us were evil to begin with.
Alex and Graya, why don't you give me perception checks? This is gonna be real easy.
Blind.
Secret. Yep. Okay, well, Graya's too busy digging around in the dog grave to notice after all the fucking mud and dirt she's kicked up. Alex, you notice very explicitly and obviously there are small footprints going through the entire house, all over the bed. Some of them are even running up the walls, and then they go out the window and along the house north.
Goddamn demon babies.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Graya's outside the window sniffing a mushroom.
Oh, I also forgot there is scraps of cloth caught in the foliage that happens to be around as well. Which is probably cacti of some form. Or something equally as spiny, like aloe. Or fucking... I can't think of the name of
Succulents.
the other thing. Yes. Something spiny.
Okay.
Aloe vera? That's kind of spiny, right?
Yeah, aloe's a pretty relatively spiny plant.
Cactus? Is that what you mean?
Cactus is also typically a spiny plant, yes.
And they're in deserts.
Um, let's think about what would leave footprints running around everywhere.
It's like, in what shape were said footprints?
Small and humanoid. In fact, Alex, as you're putting everything together, broken bed with footsteps on it, smashed down door, smashed through a window, dead person, everything in general in here smashed. It's gotta be filthy fucking goblins, dude.
Goddamn goblins.
In fact, the only thing that could convince you more that it was goblins that did this is if the house were on fire.
Then how does Reese factor in all that?
How long have we been going?
It's
It's just been quite a while. Garmarum, I'll give you a hero point for identifying. Actually, that wasn't you, was it? That was Atticus.
It was not me. I did nothing. I hit something and I healed everyone and blew up dogs.
And then I'll give Graya a hero point for beating the absolute fuck shit out of two dogs.
Bam, bam, bam.
Do
beating the
hero
dog shit out of
points
dog.
reset?
Yes. At the beginning of every session, they get knocked back down to 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had 2 from last time. Didn't use them.
You might as
And
well
had
use
1
them.
left. It's use them or lose them.
Do a flip.
Yeah.
Just random.
Anything in this tree trunk?
Not really, no.
How about the wagon?
Not anymore.
Any signs of a horse having passed this way?
Yeah, I was gonna
None
say
that you
any
can see, no.
no tracks of any kind.
Nope.
Damn. Is that paper on the ground, or is that just like
It's just
decoration?
garbage.
Okay. Was it ever clarified how fresh this body was?
No, it is within days.
Okay, so whatever happened here didn't happen too long ago.
Everything here stinks too badly to pick up a scent, huh?
Well, my nose isn't so fine, unfortunately. That's probably Reese's wife in there. Actually, that's another question I have. How long does it take for a hound to become the scorned hound? Is that like pretty fast? Does it take like some days?
It's in that description there. Within days of dying.
Gotcha. Yeah, so if that's the case, seems plausible that the dogs died first, and then they were buried. And then Reese left, and while he was gone, this place was ransacked.
Why is there so much dead stuff around here?
It's the frontier.
The desert is common with death.
It's a harsh place.
Oh, did you mess up again? Oh, you killed his dogs. I don't think he's gonna be happy about that.
No, but they would have killed us, unfortunately.
Are we back in town now?
It sounds like you need to get good, Scrub.
Apologies, but what is this small belligerent creature?
It's a house drake.
I am unfamiliar.
It is fond of Atticus and his meat.
What function does it serve?
I suppose it's a kind of pet. He kind of regards the leash. Or he may be this one is just kinky.
This might be a little bit grisly, but is there any like collars, tags on the dogs?
There are not, no.
Okay.
It's the frontier. There are no leash laws.
Well, I was looking more for like names of some kind.
So it is a kink.
I guess Alex will check for himself the grave.
Well, it has now been thoroughly dug up. But you can assume that it was for the dogs, yes.
It's the house drake just circling Abner.
Yep.
You're just kind of watching it like a cat watches a moth.
So we found no horse and we found no guy.
No. Is there
Yeah,
anything
you
in
guys
that
are really
broken
bad
desk?
at this, aren't you?
Creature just seems to taunt people for recreation.
Hey, I just came along to make sure everything went okay. Also, these guys are kind of the only witnesses that can get me off the hook.
I only came here for food. Hey, do you have any?
He just gestures at the dogs. Have at it.
Ian, no.
Did you seriously just offer rotten meat?
I don't know their diet.
I guess that's fair. Still.
You could turn bones into broth, right?
So in the grand scheme of things, our trip out here has been unproductive.
I don't know if I'd call it unproductive per se. It certainly didn't have any of the results we were hoping for, but we do have some information. realistically, we should start looking for goblins, I think.
Graya gives the dragon like 5 silver pieces.
It'll take them like
Yeah.
one at a time, and then sit on your shoulder as it starts rubbing them against its teeth.
Alright, it
And
does
then after it's done, it will let out like a tiny little burp of silver mist. And just from the smell of it, your head starts to get a little, you start to get a little lightheaded, like you just breathed fucking hydrogen peroxide or something.
that. Ethanol?
Whoa. How do you do that?
What do you mean how I do it?
You're eating coins.
Yeah? You don't?
No, I mostly eat fruit and insects.
No, I eat those too sometimes. But then I couldn't do this. And then it turns away from you and then spews out a huge gout of that silver mist again. Let's see, it would be roughly. Oh, I like the cone template in this a lot better than 5e.
Wow, that's handy. That stuff smells funny.
So a 10-foot cone can affect basically 3 squares. That makes sense. Ah,
Right,
so
it
that
was-
dragon's element is drugs.
It would specifically do this, by the way.
Great. Now
Well,
she's
she-
high.
She didn't have that much to begin with.
This breath weapon is on a recharge, and I wonder if all breath weapons are on a recharge in this. I don't think so, because isn't there an ancestry that can use a breath weapon and it's once per short or something? Oh, that's kobolds. Okay, no, kobolds can use their breath also on a recharge. That's
Pretty rad.
potentially very good. It's only a D4 though.
Does it count as an unarmed?
Arcane Evocation Kobold.
Okay, never mind.
It's 30-foot line or 15-foot cone, 1d4 damage. Every 2 levels it goes up by 1d4.
Okay, it goes up, but it is just a D4. It's not too bad.
So, what are we supposed to do now?
Go back, I suppose. There were no criminals here that were alive, I'm afraid.
So, you found that ring, right?
Yes.
The guy in the mine, he was dead too, right?
Yes.
Was that the dead guy's ring?
No. Well, how do you mean exactly?
I mean, the lady in there, that was her husband's ring?
Ah, yes, I believe so.
But the guy in the mine wasn't her husband.
Yes.
What?
It's likely a bribe. Or part of a trade, something like that.
So the guy who stole the horse gave his ring to a guy in a mine who is also dead.
Yes.
Huh. That's weird.
Very.
You guys
Well, we should
try
probably
just
get back,
finding
right?
the bad guy. Have
What?
you tried just finding him?
Well, now people are talking about goblins and
Yes, but we haven't found him.
are we ever gonna get back to town? I think I'm still wanted.
If we can't find any trace of goblins, then
Note the tracks are still going outside of the building and continuing afterward.
I was going to say, I thought I looked for tracks.
What is tracking?
Probably just perception, but they basically actually it could be nature or survival as well.
Yeah.
They basically just came in here and then destroyed everything and ran up the walls. That kind of looks like a dick, and then continue up here further off the map.
Oh, we can go more that direction? Okay. But yeah, I mean, other than follow the goblin tracks, I'm not sure what else we could realistically do.
Well, if you think that guy's still out here.
Can't get too far without a horse.
Says you.
In the desert?
I did fine.
So here's a question: the dead dogs, were they bound to the woman or the man?
Probably the woman. Otherwise, they would have left. In fact, it's entirely possible that they killed her. But I'm not sure about that. I would have expected to see bite wounds if that were the case. Instead, it's puncture wounds like a bunch of tiny knives, hence goblins.
So it's possible, timeline-wise, that the dog was raised after she died.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense that she would not be buried too unless they couldn't have died at the same time is what I'm trying to say.
Unless they dug her up and dragged her back in there as they collect their possessions.
Well, there should have been a second grave if that was the case.
True.
Yeah. So they didn't die at quite the same time. So I think whatever happened, the dogs died. They were buried, and then the woman died after that.
And if the dogs were alive, they probably would have protected her, huh?
They may.
That may be why they died.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense not to bury the woman because they would have died at the same time if that's the case.
The dogs died defending her round one. She buried them. Then whatever killed her came back, and the dogs popped back up later.
Maybe. Either way, she hasn't been dead for too long. But the dogs have been dead enough to be rotting, so. Anyways, shall we go follow the tracks, see what leads?
I suppose. Otherwise, I mean, we have to find out what caused this.
Yeah, and you don't get your bounty if we don't bring back a horse or a guy.
I don't get a bounty regardless, I'm afraid.
Oh, you really shouldn't work for free, you know?
I'm on salary.
What's a salad have to do with anything?
It's a delicious treat at the end of the day.
Tracking is an exploration action, by the way. For some reason, it's not in the exploration tab, though. It is survival.
Guess what, bitches?
Gonna be bad at that.
Do we all roll survival? Terrible at that. We only pick 2.
I'm trained, but I have a minus to wisdom, so
Oh,
I mean, I've got a +3.
is this
I
something
got
we
a
have to be trained
+4.
for? Is this something we have to
You
be trained
don't have
for?
to be trained for it, which is weird why it's on the not on the thing by default.
Right.
They list examples
Um.
of what a person of each training level should be able to do, and untrained is one of them. So
Hopefully, a small horde of goblins fits uh, on like trained or lower.
Yeah, so, I mean, I could help.
it's also on sand, so there should be more obvious prints than normal, especially since there's no wind.
And hopefully, once we get away from these dead things, a smell.
Should one or more of us roll a blind survival check?
First of all, is anybody trained?
I am.
I am too.
but it's gonna be bad.
I guess I should check Atticus. Oh, he's not trained. So I would say pick the highest amongst you, and if you want to try to aid, you could do that. Otherwise, you could both roll. It's probably a better chance to both roll, though.
Yeah, I got +4.
I got +3, so let's roll it. Is it hidden or what?
It is hidden, yes. Actually, no, it is not hidden.
Damn you.
Should I guess I'll put pursue a lead on there just in case.
Well, we both did really good.
Hopefully. We have no idea what the difficulty level is.
I mean,
So each one of these is an hour of tracking. And there's no crit success. That's weird. Yeah, okay. So I guess you're supposed to set how many of these that you want it to take, and then depending on whether they succeed or fail, you get them one step forward in the track counter, basically. But in this case of this one, there's only one step, so there you go. In an hour's time, you locate where the tracks go, and depending on if you guys want to go for more than 20 minutes, we might have to save this one for next time.
I'm game
uh,
to go a little longer, but also I'm game to stop, whichever everyone feels.
I think it might be good to leave it for next time, just
Yeah.
so.
Oh
we're
yeah,
all
we
fresh.
we had enough time. Does anyone want to do some little patch up to Graya so she's at least at full?
Yeah. Anyone have first aid?
Yeah, freeze
I
day.
do.
Here you go.
Yeah. Slaps mud on it. Just
I just spit in some dirt and rub it on your shoulder and call it a day.
and it works too.
Oh, if you do it that way, you can't heal with it, but
Did he just restore 2d8 hit points?
I think that's what treat wounds is, yeah.
I was missing 2.
Yeah, the downside to treat wounds is it takes like 10 minutes unless you have battle medicine, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Battle
And
medicine is an action
and you can't do it more than like
every 10 minutes, basically. Sorry, no. Another to do it every 10 minutes is another feat.
I was gonna
Which
say, I
is-
thought like after you do a treat wounds, you can't do it again for like an hour or some other kind of
Yeah,
like long
something
enough
like-
time.
Yeah. Continual recovery is the feat you want. You want to do it every 10 minutes. And then doctor's visitation lets you treat multiple patients at once. It's so effective.
This is also why, not surgeon. What's the investigator one called?
Forensic medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why this one is so good, because it adds a flat amount after this. So if he would have done a DC 20 check, he would have failed by 1. But let's assume he would have succeeded. That would have been 2d8 plus 10. And if he was a forensic medicine guy, I think it's like another plus 8 on top of it.
You
or
don't
something
even
like
have that much HP. It's fine. What were you training to heal giants?
Oh, you restore more HP equal to your level, so it only would have been 1.
Fun.
And they only become immune for 1 hour, not 1 day.
Yeah, so we are. And then the continual thingy cuts it down to 10 minutes, which is nice. So we're stopping today. This is a good place. Nice to meet you, Abner.
Likewise.
Here, why don't Graya
Can-
and Alex give me another survival check? I know what I can do to maybe make this different with an extra step.
Ooh, it's not bad. It's not bad either.
Okay, the trail leads to this old, what assumedly is a mine shaft, but also, I don't really know how I'm gonna do that. I guess I just won't do that. I will just say you can see there's more footprints that lead off in the other direction, so west. I wonder if I can ping the map and at least move it over here for you. Off in this direction, there is more footsteps that seem to be older that lead into a fucking big pile of cacti and shit. But there's a hole underneath all of it that is just small enough for goblins to be able to pass underneath without being stabbed 5,000 times.
Well, I'm not going in there.
So there's a front entrance, and there is the side entrance covered in cacti.
I don't think I'll fit in there.
We could clear the cacti.
We can start a fire.
Still don't think I could get to that hole.
That's
Are-
true. It is a small hole.
Are cacti flammable?
They are
Um,
full of water, so
like sort of. They can burn. It's just a lot harder.
Can we drink cacti?
The water inside of it.
Yeah.
Only very specific kinds.
Are
This is
these
true.
are these them?
we we'd have to ask Doug.
I mean, technically, people with survival can identify what they need to, survive.
To put a
My
tap on a
survival-
cactus.
My survival 0, and I'm not trained. He would eat a cactus. if
Oh, I would give him a cactus.
you told him it's edible, he'd be like, "Well, first I have to figure out how to do so without getting pricked."
You gotta
But
tell
then I
him
will
it's,
eat it.
it's eatable instead. It means you can eat it, but you can't digest it. So yes, I will stop it there then. And next time, we will search the abandoned mine perhaps through the cacti hellhole. The devil's
Maybe.
bunghole.
I will light several dozen torches if you guys want. You can just start making fire.
I can.
Smoke them out.
Oh, actually, I'll save that for next time if it comes up.
Yeehaw, y'all.